What's going on, guys? So if you clicked on this video for the thumbnail, you can probably guess what today's video is going to be about. So for those who don't know, we did a turbo upgrade on the S14. Did it about a week ago, and yesterday we went to start this thing for the first time and it did not turn on. So we're going to take a look at it real fast. I'll address the issues that came up and we'll see from there. So give you guys a basic rundown on the 240 since the last time you guys saw it. It is an S13 blacktop. It's running on 7 psi, relatively stock head gasket, you know, all that kind of stuff. And recently it had a lot of smoke coming from the turbo at idle. For whatever reason, at idle it would smoke a lot, and then getting on the gas, it cleared itself up. Ultimately we deemed it a bad turbo seal, so we ordered everything to refresh the motor, some new belts, pulleys, you know, that kind of stuff, and proceed to refresh it. So here's what it looks like now after all that's done. So it's looking really nice. We redid the valve cover purple. We did some new TF work aluminum pulleys. Refreshed the intake manifold with some paint. Kept the intercooler piping the same except for this one. We did have to modify it quite a bit. If you could tell before, this used to actually sit really high up, but now with the new turbo placement and the manifold, it kind of curves down quite a bit and then turns into this vibrant 90, so it makes its way to the intercooler. So you know, we were just gonna do just a basic simple bolt-on turbo upgrade, keep the stock manifold, kind of keep this thing reliable, but obviously you guys can tell that's not the stock manifold. We ended up switching out the stock manifold for this ISR tubular manifold, and the only reason for that is simply whoever owned this car before me decided it was a good idea to weld the flanges of the turbo to the manifold, so there was no gasket. It was just welded straight across, so that manifold was junk. There was no point in trying to reuse it, so we decided to go with the tubular one. I didn't want to go top mount. I wanted to keep it kind of as OEM as I could keep it. I figured, why buy another OEM one? I think for the price point this was, it was a killer deal. I think I'll post a link in the description. Anybody interested in the manifold, really nice quality. I haven't had a complaint with it yet, obviously because I haven't driven it, but overall just straight out of the box, really nice piece. So back to the main issue. The point of all this whole video is we went to crank this car up and it did not want to engage the starter. For whatever reason, it didn't want to engage the starter. We checked the wiring on it. We checked the fuse box. We checked the starter wires down there. Everything seemed good connection. We hadn't had a problem with the starter since we've owned this car. Eventually we deemed it a bad starter solenoid. You hear it clicking and clicking in the ignition, and then for whatever reason it just still would not fire up. So we are hoping to replace the starter solenoid soon, and hopefully that fixes our issue. You know, I really don't want to spend a whole lot of more money on this right now, especially because I have the Datsun and I have so many other things I need to take care of. But yeah, we tried to turn it on the other day. It failed to fire up. We're hoping that starter solenoid comes in this week. We get a new starter probably. See if this thing will turn back on. We do have to do a little bit of tuning with it. I do know that this new turbo is set up for about 5 pounds of boost more than what this car had factory with it. It also is a bigger turbo. My guess is, you know, with factory injectors, we'll probably run out of injector if we try tuning it. So I think the plan is probably turn the boost down a little bit until I get a real ECU and fuel setup in it. But yeah, so just want to give a quick update on the car. It looks so nice, but yes, unfortunately, it does not run. Doesn't have its bumper on it right now. It's kind of chilling over there on the side. I haven't driven this car in about a month, and it's been a hard month not having a car to drive, or really, you know, any cool cars to drive. Kind of about it. I haven't really done much else inside the interior. I did get a chance to put the second Momo Super Cup in there. That came out of his Mustang because he's going for a new pair of seats. So I made the brackets for it. I put a Mishimoto shift knob in here, same as what was in the Mustang. Yeah, but other than that, kind of basic setup, same as what it was the first time. Needs a good cleaning. Again, this hasn't moved in a long time. And then underneath the carriage, I did put a one-piece drive shaft in, so there's that's also changed. So yeah, hopefully the next time I come to you guys with another video, hopefully the car is running. We'll get to hear how it sounds. I know it's going to sound a lot different with this tubular manifold. Just drive it again, because again, I haven't been to a meet, I haven't been anywhere at all in like the last month. School started, so that's kind of also a big thing. So I've been itching to drive this thing. So hopefully we figure out this last little detail and we get the chance to drive this thing. But in the meantime, subscribe, check us out on Instagram. We're about to drop a new merch, some really nice quality t-shirts with a new design on them. So yeah, feel free to give us a follow. Let us know what else you guys want to see of, whether it's this, the Datsun, the S13, the Mustang, the Hyundai, the Lexus, you name it. Let us know, and we'll keep posting with you guys. So deuces.